Right, with pleasure. Prior to joining Families Together of Orange County in September of 2020, Soledad held the position of Family System Director for the Family Solutions Collaborative, where for 2.5 years she helped develop and manage the Family Coordinated Entry System for homeless families in Orange County. Prior to that, she worked as a community liaison for Tustin Unified School District for 17 years. Soledad is driven by results and brings a track record with experience in establishing and strengthening community collaboratives, partnerships, and supportive service organizations. Soledad has played key leadership roles in building the community she loves and creating much needed services, which many have come to rely on throughout Orange County. Soledad received her BA in Public Relations in Santiago, Chile. Since relocating to Orange County in 1985, Soledad has served as a District Language Advisory Committee chair member, Safe Health Medicine Coalition board member, Tustin Community Foundation Advisory Committee, Orange County Domestic Violence Task Force, Families Together of Orange County Board, and Tustin Police Department Chief Advisory Board, just to name a few. She has been recognized for her passion and devotion to her community by earning Unsung Hero of the Year, United to End Homelessness from the Orange County United Way, exceptional service to the city of Costa Mesa, homeless community from the city of Costa Mesa, Caught Making a Difference Award from Tustin Unified School District Special Education Department, Outstanding Community Service Award from Tustin Unified School District Coordinating Council, Unsung Hero Award, California Employee Association Chapter 450 Community Building Award from the city of Santa Ana, Women Who Make a Difference in Orange County from Orange County Community Forum, and many more accolades. I am honored to give Soledad the title of friend. Welcome our speaker, Soledad Rivera. Sorry.
No, thank you. That was very long. Thank you. I'm so sorry. And I so appreciate, because a lot of the things we can do, we couldn't do without your support. I always have had, and all the time that I work here in Tustin with Tustin Unified and in any other agency that I have always had the Rotary support. And I know every time I needed something, I could call Lori, I could call Roger, I could call Sharon, I could call any of you, and you guys were ready to help. You have already been a great support to the clinic. We got a donation from you. And so we so appreciate anything and everything that I had ever been able to do. I could never, ever done it without the community and everybody's support that you guys have provided me. So I so appreciate it. And today I'm here to talk about the clinic and some of the things we're doing and the services we're here to provide to the community. I don't know if, is it possible to make me, allow me to share the screen so I can put a PowerPoint?
Yes, it's on. You should be able to share.
Perfect. Let me see. I can go here. Oops, sorry. Can you see it?
Not yet.
Not yet? Okay, let me see. I need to go back then. Share screen. Okay, there it is.
There you go. It's working.
Perfect. Okay, great. So Families Together Orange County is started as a family resource center in Lion Street. And later on, about 5 years ago, it became a federally qualified clinic as the nonprofit. Originally, there was a clinic here. The clinic has been in Tustin for over 20 years, but it was a for-profit clinic, and it became a federally qualified lookalike 5 years ago. We're in the process of hopefully getting the qualification as a full-on clinic, federally qualified. Let me see if I can get this going really good here. Perfect. There we go. So Families Together Orange County, like I said, is a federally qualified health center lookalike. We are so proud that you get reviews every year, and we are the only clinic lookalike in Orange County that has had 100% the 2 reviews we have had so far. We have one coming up, and hopefully that will allow us to get our full-on federally qualified clinic. Our mission is to assist in overcoming obstacles, being the bridge to the community, being able to provide all the support and services we have. We want to give a hand up and not a hand down. And we want to make sure just because we serve people low income, we don't have to look like we're serving people low income. We have to have top quality services, providers, site, everything has to be as perfect as possible. So we were founded in 2003 as a nonprofit, and since then we acquired also a site in Garden Grove. We started here in Tustin, but we do have a site in Garden Grove as well. And we're looking into hopefully soon expand into South County, as we know that is a big need. We offer an array of medical, dental, vision services, and I will give you a list in a little bit. Here are the 2 sites where you can find us. You can find us in Tustin at 661 and 621 West First Street, and also in Garden Grove. Garden Grove also has full-on services, and we are starting to expand to have a pantry over there as well as our behavioral health. So for medical, we provide primary care, we have family practice, we have internal medicine, we have pediatric, geriatric, OB, and we have dermatologists, nephrologists, women's health. We also have a pharmacy. The pharmacy is not here, but we work with a pharmacy that provide the services to the clients for a very low cost, and they can be delivered to their home, delivered to the clinic, delivered to the shelter. We work with a lot of the shelters as well. And we're trying to increase our telehealth so people doesn't have to come here, but the provider is able to provide their services. My goal will be at one point to have some sort of kiosk or something at the different shelters as well. So we have a 24/7 medical that can respond to anybody at a shelter. We have our wellness site as well, that was inaugurated about 2 years ago, where we provide physical therapy, acupuncture, nutrition, medical group visits. We have a wellness kitchen, and we have a strength and resistance training. For the wellness kitchen, this was something that our board was so wanted to do, because we have a lot of patients that have diabetes, there's obesity, and we know that a lot of what we consider healthy foods are more expensive. So we have a pantry. And so we had a chef that could use some of the items from our pantry and help the families cook something that was healthy, but didn't have to be expensive. And there were groups for parents, and there's also groups for children. Right now, because of COVID, a lot of our services are closed, but we will make sure as things start to open up that we are able to get some of the services going. We have a small gym as well, and that is being used for the strength and resistance training, but also we provide classes for the employees. For dental, we have preventative, we have pediatric and family dentistry, orthodontist, oral surgeon, oral health education. We have 2 mobile units, and one of our mobile units is dental and goes out to WUS, and then hopefully we can get back to do that as well. We're in conversations with Tustin Unified to be able to get our dental unit out and do some health education and services for the students. For vision, again, we do have the doctor here in site. We have glasses and accessories, contact lenses, all the different services available. Our clientele is mainly medical patients, but we serve anybody. And because we're a federally qualified lookalike, we cannot decline services to anybody. So if you're not able to pay, you have to self-declare that you do not have the income, but we will still serve you. Something super important that it's grown a lot, and we know how demanding it is right now because of COVID, especially our behavioral health department. We have 7 therapists in site. They're all bilingual. They do individual and group and family, and now we're working with some of the schools in Tustin as well, that they're going to be doing art therapy in some of the schools. They work with trauma-informed care. Many of them have the background of domestic violence. They used to work at different shelters of domestic violence. We have a psychiatrist in site. And we also have a program that is called MAT, which is Medication Assisted Treatment, for anybody that has opioid addiction. We have something that's called Suboxone, which is a medication you give to the patients that it weans them out of that opioid without making them addicted to it. So we have a doctor that's in charge of that program with a program manager, and they work with the different shelters and different providers to make sure we're providing that service to the clients. So we just got an extended grant because our program is doing very, very well. We also recently received a $2 million grant for our behavioral health to work with pregnant women. So we're going to a couple of the Casa Teresa and other shelters that serve pregnant women as well. For community resources, we have a food pantry, as I mentioned. We had rental assistance from the city of Tustin. We received some funding. We have used it all. The prevention means that you provide, this is for people that were affected by COVID. We provide rental assistance. We will pay the rent up to 3 months, pending that they do have a plan. So we have a case manager that works with them, and the idea, the good part of it, that because of the services we have, we're able to connect them with those services to free some of the money that they could be using for rent that right now they're using for food, they're using for medical, that we're able to support them that way. We have a lot of connections with the managers here in Tustin as well, so we try to work in lowering the rent or being able to give them a break and have some payment plans as well. We work with Second Harvest, so we do a big distribution of food from the farmers market the first Monday of every month. Again, we have children's group class, and we do an enrollment for medical and food stamps, Got Fresh, Cover California, and another super important service is that we provide transportation. So a lot of our clients do not have access to come over here. So we have a van, and we also use Uber or Lyft Health, and we bring the patients here, and obviously we take them back home. So that is something that not many other clinics offer. Please let me know if I'm going too fast. I know you guys don't have a lot of time, so I'm trying to cover as much as I can in a very short time. Then we do, in 2019, we acquired our medical and dental ambulance in mobile units. And we've been able to use these mobile units to do a lot of outreach to schools, homeless populations, shelters, and obviously now with COVID, it's been an incredible tool for us. The mobile units are full of mobile units that have rooms inside, so you can do a full exam in them, and the same for the dental. With them, they have served over 500 homeless individuals. We go regularly to 6 different shelters. We provide the COVID testing. When we were doing COVID testing, that we did over 14,000 COVID tests. And we're able to divide them and hopefully divide and conquer, try to send them everywhere we can to make sure we are able to provide the services. So this is just places where we have gone. As you can see, we were at the city of Tustin, we were at the Enderley Center, and again, we go to several shelters. And I know something that is the topic of the day, COVID. We've been on the front line. We've been provided COVID testing. Originally, we were a designated site by the county for COVID testing. And then we became a designated site by the county for vaccines as well. We are offering Pfizer, Moderna, and Johnson & Johnson. Obviously, right now it's put on hold, but we do have it available. And so with testing, like I said, the doctors were trying to create different systems. How do we make it easier? It was a drive-through way, protect the client, protect the doctor, protect our staff, and being able to, we were offering rapid tests and also the PCR test. And for the vaccines, I just have to say, as in 2 weeks ago, we reached our 20,000 vaccine. And It's kind of slowing down a little bit here, but we've been able to serve most of the teachers from Tustin Unified, SantaAna, and then again, as we saw things develop and the tiers have opened, working with the Chamber of Commerce of Tustin, and now we're going to be working with the Chamber of Commerce of Orange as well. A program came up to serve the restaurants. So we've been able to take our mobile to the different centers here in Tustin and vaccinate people that works in the different restaurants. We've been able to cover 100 restaurants, and as in the first doses, we served 2,300 individuals that work in restaurants here in Tustin. And that was 12 days that they were able to cover that. And now we're back to our second doses for everybody on them. And that's kind of what I have as a big, just a great overview of what we do. And let me try to stop the sharing now. There we go. Of what the clinic is doing, and some of the plans that we have for the future obviously is continue to, as COVID, hopefully we get as many people vaccinated, continue to move and start opening all of our other programs and being able to serve our community. We're on the process of hopefully acquiring the buildings that we're renting right now because we're running out of room, and we want to continue to bring other services in to our community. So we rely on you guys as well as things that you are connected with the community. If you see there's something that it's out there that we don't have, should be able to provide, please let us know, and we will look and make sure have it or find who can do it, so we're able to serve our community.
So, Soledad, what kind of reception are you having in the community with the vaccination program? Is there reluctance? Are you seeing any reluctance at all, or are people taking advantage of your service?
At the beginning, we saw a little bit, but I think because we take appointments, and most of the people that call here is because they want their vaccine.
They wanted to.
Exactly, yeah. So we had a lot of people that were desperate. I mean, we have people that were crying the moment they got their appointment because they were so excited that they were able to get somewhere. Because we don't go through a Tina. We were lucky enough because we have people answering the phones. We didn't have to go through the website. So it made it a lot easier for us to be able to connect with people. And thank God we've been able to get volunteers. We have 11 volunteers right now answering the phones. They divide 2 each day. And so we're able to get appointments. We're doing between 300 and 500 a day. And now that the 16 and over just opened, so I think it's gonna get busier again. Mm-hmm. And the mobile is doing about 150 to 200. Actually, the biggest day for the mobile was 260. So, and today they're in a shelter in Anaheim.
Okay. Is there any other questions for Soledad?
Yes.
Soledad,
Oh, go ahead, James.
where does most of the funding for the facility come from? Is that through state funding, or how does that work?
We have some grants and also the reimbursement. Our reimbursement to medical is a little higher because we're a federally qualified localite than a regular clinic will receive. So a lot of it comes from there as well.
Got it.
Yeah, Leo, you had a question?
Just a comment, really. Soledad, we just happened to have been taking an afternoon stroll this past Monday and saw your mobile unit in the Enderle Center area, 17th Street in Yorba. Very impressive unit and clinic.
Thank you. Thank you. We have a really, really good team going out on that unit. And they've been able to serve a lot of people, and it's been really exciting to get that program going. So
Very good.
Thank you. I have to give a shout out to Limber and the Chamber for supporting to get that program out, because really we just show up and he's done all the appointments, getting everybody connected and doing all that. So it has been an amazing partnership to be able to do that.
Very good.
I have a few questions for you, Soledad.
Sure.
One, at the Boys and Girls Club, when I say we, I'm on the board. We have the Family Resource Center from the county. Do you cross over, use any services from them, vice versa? Or are you two distinct different organizations?
We haven't yet. I know I reached out to her some time ago, and then it got so crazy with COVID that we haven't, but I want to make sure we're all connected. You know, the idea to me is we all do something that the other one doesn't. So why don't we all work together, and how do we serve each other? You know, like the Youth Testing Family Youth Center is right there, and then the Boys and Girls Club is kind of in the middle, and we're on the other corner. So how do we serve more the community? I connect a lot with the Tustin Family Youth Center with Barbara over there to see when she's doing food, am I doing food, who you're serving, so I'm not serving the same people and things like that. So I think it will be a little bit more that I need to reach out to her and see how we can support each other.
Yeah, because I mean, it seems like there's some overlap there. So I would think, yeah, the pooling of resources. I mean, it's been a great program having it right at the Boys and Girls Club to help with not just the families who have their kids there, but also just the community in general. We have people coming in or making appointments to work with them.
Yeah.
All those folks that you showed us pictures of, medical, eye, dentist, they're not on site, are they? Or are you referring people out to them, or how does that work?
No, they're here on site. So we have
Oh.
one full building that is all medical, one full building that is all dental, and one building that's behavioral and wellness.
Wow. So how many people is that all together roughly?
We have about 80 employees.
Wow.
But
Okay.
that's
Didn't
not
realize
all
that
starting
either.
growth. So, you know, people comes at different times. We have different doctors at different times. We have a dermatologist who's not here every day. So there's the oral surgeon is not here every day. You know, the oral surgeon is here like Tuesday and Thursday, and then Mondays and Fridays at Garden Grove. But there's people that are here. They're employees of the clinic.
Does OWW refer people to you?
Who?
OWW?
Operation Warm Wishes.
No, I mean, I have not. I don't know if he does. I mean, they might be coming and we don't know they're coming from Tyrone, but I don't know.
Okay. The housing assistance that you provide, you said you pay up to 3 months of rent. Is that are we talking about in affordable housing, and then they have to be sustainable on their own? How does that work?
So that we don't have it anymore. We were given $100,000 by the city of Tustin to support families that were affected by COVID. In this case, when I work at the other agency, we received the grant from the city of Tustin, and they were supporting families only because the agency that I used to work only supported families. So when I reached out to the city, I said, okay, I'm no longer there, but now we need money for individuals and seniors. Individuals meaning somebody that doesn't have children. Everybody's over 18 in the household. So I received $100,000 from the city of Tustin to support that. And what you do is they come and they tell you, you know, we can pay our rent because due to COVID, I don't have a job anymore. I got COVID, I had to take 3-4 weeks off. My husband, you know, had COVID, they closed their factory or something. So they were affected by COVID. So we have to get that information, look at it, see where they are, what is their income and things like that. And then we will talk to the landlord, see how much money they owe. And then we will pay up to 3 months rent, not to exceed $6,000. So then we will look at that and you talk to them, how much can you pay? You know, how much do you have? What is going to affect? What debt do you have? You have a case manager that work with them, and then we will pay that. So in the grant, we had said we were going to serve 12 households, and we ended up serving 24.
So
and over 44 individuals.
Do you have a list then, or you work with affordable housing units within the community?
No, in this case, it could be anybody. It didn't have to be affordable.
Oh,
okay. Rent. Yeah, it doesn't have, but you look at obviously, because we're affected by COVID, you know that the income is not there. You know, if somebody has $10,000, $15,000 in the bank, we're going to go, no, we're not going to help you. You know, but you look and see, you have to say bank statements. There's a lot of process. And so we will manage, we will talk to them. We'll do case management. Okay, what's the next step? What are we looking at? Are you applying for other jobs? While we're in the process, are you connected to a pantry? Where are you getting your medication? Where are you going to the doctor? Things like that. So you're trying to connect them with the community so they have the extra support, so they can free some of that money they're spending maybe in some other places to be able to continue to pay their rent. At this point, there's a moratorium, so nobody can be evicted. But it's gonna get to the point that there's people that owe $10,000, $15,000 worth of rent. There is some new funding out there from the county. The only thing that bothers me about that funding, because we have partnerships with agencies that are doing that, it is in arrears up to $10,000, but nothing moving forward. So if you owe it, great, but let's say maybe I cannot pay next month, then we can help you, which that to me, it makes no sense. And also it isn't a follow-up. You just pay the rent and you're done. There's no case management attached to it. So I'm still talking to the city to see at this time, will they be able to provide us with some more funding for something like that? So will we continue to support the families? And we check with the case with the landlords, are they still there? You know, how is it going? And things like that. We follow for about 3 months.
Okay. I'm working on a United and Homelessness Committee. I guess you could say trying to watchdog the city's putting together their next housing element plan for the next 8 years. Over the next couple of days, I'd like to talk to you about some of that stuff.
Yeah, of course, of course. Yeah, we work a lot with United Way with some of the programs that have. United Way attached to all this ERA or emergency rental assistance program that the county has and release a lot of money. But to me, it has to be sustainable.
Okay, do we have any other questions for Soledad? Well, I'd like to thank you first for a wonderful presentation.
Thank you.
And congratulate you on the work you're doing in our community and working hard to make it a better community. And to suggest you might want to become a Rotarian. You're doing the kind of thing that we all like to be involved in and be associated with. But congratulations from all of us to you for the job you're doing. It's pretty fantastic.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. And again, thank you so much for all your support, because none of the work that we all do could be done without all of us working together. So it isn't just the one person, and it isn't the person, it's the job that is done and the job that is going to be left out there to help.
Okay.
Thank
Do
you
we
so
have
much.
any other comments or questions?
I just want to second the accolades going your way. Fantastic job. Cindy and I are so grateful to have gotten our vaccinations there, and your staff, volunteers, everyone was so wonderful, so courteous, considerate, helpful, inspiring, and comforting. So it was great. And we really appreciate you and all that you do.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Well, we'll continue to work as hard as we can, and just, again, let us know anything we can do to support as well. Sorry, somebody's calling me. Thank you
Okay.
so much. I'll leave the meeting now. Thank you.